Today we're going to show you 3 different methods of installing our window insulating panels. There is the surface mount, the recessed mount, and the compression fit method. On this window we're going to do a surface mount panel. That means you've got to look at the molding that surrounds the window opening. You also have to check it to see that there are no protruding fixtures or fittings from old blinds and so on. You also don't have to worry about the fact that the molding is curved or twisted or anything else like that with special designs, because the weather strip on the panel will create a good airtight seal there regardless. What you do then is to determine where on the window you want the panel to end and to begin and end. So what we'll do is we're going to mark where we want the panel to end on one side. We're going to decide to put it at this point. Then what we do is we go to the opposite side and mark it in the same spot over there so that it looks even. Then you simply measure between those 2 points from one point to the other, and you come up with the final dimensions of the width of the panel that you want to use. Normally you would then measure from the sill. This is called a protruding sill. You measure from the sill to a distance above the window equal to how far you've gone out. In this case, there's a protruding header on the top. So that means our panel cannot go up past that point, so we're going to have to measure this differently. So we're going to measure from the sill to the header, and we're going to record that number. And then we're going to remove 5/8 of an inch and weather strip both under the base of the panel and at the top of the panel to create a seal. And that would end up being the final dimensions of the panel for that window. In this case, we're going to talk about putting a recessed panel in place, but we're going to put it against a window stop. A window stop is a piece of trim that goes up both sides and across the top. The panel backs in against it, the weather strips on the back of the panel, and it creates an airtight seal. The way to get that measurement is to measure the actual opening width and note it, then also to take the actual height measurement of the opening. And once you have the height and the width measurements, you reduce both of them by 1/4 of an inch, which allows 1/8 of an inch of play all the way around the window, and it'll fit in there against the window stop. We're going to measure now for a recessed fit, which means we measure the actual opening from the jamb to the jamb on both sides of the window, and we're going to measure from the top of the jamb to the sill. So this is how that would go. You would place your tape measure in against the window edge there, measure over to the jamb over there, record the actual measurement of that opening, and then do the same thing on the height so that you measure from the protruding sill, or from the sill, straight up to the top of that window jamb, and you record that measurement. Then now you have the actual opening size. What you do is you reduce the width and the height by 5/8 of an inch. And that compressing of the weather strip will create a good airtight seal there. So get the actual measurements, reduce them by 5/8 of an inch, and you have the final dimensions of the panel you want for that recessed compression fit window. Our panels have an air sealing and insulating capacity that is higher than most replacement windows. Advanced energy panels will instantly improve comfort and dramatically reduce heating and cooling costs. When it comes time to remove a surface mount panel, it's simply a matter of twisting the clips 1/4 of a turn and pulling the panel away from the window, and the panel is off the window. That's how easy it is to remove one of these things. A matter of seconds. There are no screws to hold it in place. You simply pull the tabs at the base and pull the bottom out, and the windows are removed that easily. Just like that. When panels are either very wide or very tall, we have to build them sometimes in linked sections. That's what this is for. It links the panels either vertically or horizontally. The frame metal looks like this, and what happens is a panel is built, it's locked down into the H-frame like that, and there'll be another one in this side, whether it's vertical or horizontal. So the H-frame plays an important role in this game.